It was a brisk fall morning in the city of Graville, a place where history and modernity converged in an eclectic mix of architecture and culture. The streets buzzed with the usual morning rush, but at the heart of this bustling activity was a notable figure who preferred to blend in rather than stand out. Oprah Winfrey, an esteemed media mogul, known for her philanthropy and activism, disguised herself to experience life from a different perspective. Dressed not in the lavish attire one might expect, but in simple clothes and dark sunglasses, Oprah was determined to navigate the city incognito. Her objective was to understand the grassroots challenges and everyday prejudices that might escape her usual high-profile existence. Her target for the day was the city's police department, an organization she'd heard both praised and criticized in community discussions. As Oprah walked toward her vehicle parked near a local cafe, her path was suddenly obstructed by two police officers, their cruiser pulling up with a sense of urgency. The officers, known in the department for their strict enforcement tactics, eyed her suspiciously. "Excuse me, ma'am, we need to conduct a quick check," one officer announced, without the usual pleasantries. Oprah, taken aback but maintaining her composure, inquired about the reason for their approach. The officers, unaware of whom they were addressing, cited reports of suspicious activity in the area and insisted on searching her belongings. Oprah complied calmly, though her mind raced with the implications of this encounter. As they rummaged through her things, a crowd began to gather, drawn by the sight of the usually unflappable figure being questioned. Her dignity was challenged, yet she stood firm, her demeanor unyielding to the condescension. Suddenly, the sound of a familiar voice broke through the commotion. It was Ethan Carter, the city's commissioner and a close friend of Oprah's, who had been alerted by a bystander. Recognizing the unfolding situation, he quickly approached with a mix of concern and disbelief. "Officers, may I ask what's happening here?" Ethan's voice carried the authority of his office, yet there was a hint of personal concern for Oprah, whom he immediately recognized despite her disguise. The officers, now realizing their error, stumbled over their explanations. But the damage was done. Oprah, with her typical grace, addressed the onlookers and the officers, her voice steady yet charged with emotion. "This encounter," she began, "illustrates a deeper issue within our community. A misunderstanding or a prejudiced assumption can escalate quickly, affecting anyone, regardless of their status or background." With Ethan's support, Oprah turned the incident into an impromptu forum, discussing the importance of community policing and the need for officers to engage with citizens respectfully and without bias. The crowd listened, rapt, as she wove her personal experience into a broader narrative of understanding and empathy. As the impromptu gathering dispersed, Oprah and Ethan remained. They spoke briefly about the need for ongoing dialogue between the police and the community. Oprah's unexpected ordeal had sparked a citywide discussion that would ultimately lead to a series of community engagement initiatives spearheaded by her and supported by Ethan. In the days that followed, the police department underwent sensitivity training, and Oprah documented her experience on her network, encouraging a national conversation about civil liberties and police conduct. Her experience in Graville became a catalyst for change, not just locally but across the nation, reminding everyone that real change often starts with unexpected challenges. As the story concluded, Oprah's voiceover echoed, "Remember, every interaction is an opportunity to foster understanding and respect. Let's not waste it."